And welcome to the Hardee Cup Series. It is Throwback Tuesday here in the Hardee Cup Series from the revamped North Wilkesboro Speedway. As we finish up qualifying today, the track looking tough. These drivers are going to have a handful tonight. A lot of interesting throwbacks, a lot of great uh, memories. A lot of these cars have amazing paints. Excuse me. As as we watch the 41 car, beautiful looking paint scheme go around finishing up practice. So, a few of the paint schemes today. Benny Parson, Alex is throwing it back to rest in peace, Benny, a huge pillar in this sport. Great to see that car on track. As we got Brantley with the throwback to Denny Hamlin's Truck Series paint. And we got Frank Skimmerhorn with Lenny Pond. An old name right there, but good to see him representing that. As we got James Jones rocking one of Kenny Schrader's iconic paint schemes. As the man, the boss himself, throws it back to Kurt Busch. I've always liked that car. Simple, sweet, elegant. Good paint scheme for him. As the 60 of Ryan throws it back to Greg Biffle's days. Iconic number 60 there when he ran that in what was then the Busch series. As we got Xavier throwing it back to the Rocket Man Ryan Newman as practice concludes tonight. We get ready for qualifying. Stick with us. As Dustin Hardy goes on track, warming up for qualifying. Like I said, throwing it back to Kurt Busch. Let's see where he can slot in. Now, I ran the practice session with him before jumping up here in the booth, and I'll tell you, this track is slick. It's going to push these drivers to the absolute limit. This track is slick. These cars are heavy. It's going to get exciting today, folks. As Hardy goes for lap 2. See if he can improve on his lap time. As right now, Hardy gets knocked off as the 60 of Ryan takes the pull away. He had it for a minute. Let's see if he can get it this time by. No. Yes, Dustin Hardy goes to the top of the boards as the 41 starts to roll off. Gonna see what he can do in that starry Mustang. As we get the tires up to temperature, the speed going as he sees the green flag in qualifying. Let's see what type of lap he can run. As he gets into the wall lap 1, oof, that's gonna hurt his qualifying. As we see the 54 of Frank Skimmerhorn slide across the line. I said this track is tricky as we saw it. See if where Frank slots in here in qualifying as Smith goes up to the P1 spot in that 31 car. See where the 41 can slot in. Here comes Bryant in that throwback paint scheme, that Jordan car. Beautiful Denny Hamlin throwback. That's a beautiful car right there. Let's see where he can slot in fifth right now as Jones, who was fastest in practice, slots into sixth. Good for him as Peppers slides into ninth. Nunez is in eighth. Does Brantley jumps to second on his final qualifying lap. Good run. Looks like it's just Nunez to finish up his qualifying run. And that will most likely wrap up qualifying for today. So your starting lineup, throwing it back to Ryan Newman, Joseph Smith with the fast time, Brantley in the 51st. Second, Dustin Hardee will round out your third position as Wyatt slots into fourth. Jared in that 96 car is in fifth. James Jones slots into seventh. Ryan slots into seventh. Joseph Nunez is eighth. And rounding out the tail end of the field, Jeffrey Peppers in the 9 car. As we get ready to line up and grid up for this evening's race, the sun has set. The lights are on here at this newly revamped North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's see if it can live up to its name. This place is a classic. Unfortunately, my broadcast partner Eli McDonald not joining us again this week. Hopefully, everything's okay with him, and wish him well wishes. And hopefully, we'll see him back here shortly. So, unfortunately, you guys are stuck with me once again this week, and we'll get ready to rock and roll here at Throwback. I want to say weekend, but it's not weekend for the Hard Cup Series. Throwback Tuesday. Doesn't flow off the tongue quite as right. But here in the Hardy Cup Series, these drivers are going to tackle this tough, tight, now technical track with this repave. It's going to be interesting to see if that top line prevails or if they can roll that bottom and make that bottom work. I noticed in practice a lot of drivers were diamonding this track, so we'll see, and we'll see what that can do for the field as we see the pace truck on track getting ready to grid up. That beautiful Ken Schrader paint scheme. And I forgot to mention the Casey Kane throwback for Peppers. Iconic number 9 car right there. And the man behind a lot of these paints you see today, Jeffrey Herrick. Like I said, rocking the Doug Wolfgang Gambler sprint car that Kenny Rogers once owned back in the day. So, two iconic names in the music and sports industry on that car. Good to see that paint scheme alive. As Smith gets ready to set the pace. Who can lead lap 1? These drivers anxious, ready to see this green flag in the air. Just waiting for a few more cars to grid up. Excuse me. Thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, throwback here at North Wilkesboro. Now, the thing the drivers are going to have to remember is the exit of the corners. Push your car out to that wall, so we're going to see how good these drivers can negotiate and manage this track. As it's a very technical track, very short track here, high speeds. You're going to be leaning a lot on that right rear tire. So, tire management is going to be the key here. We'll see very shortly who has it in them today for this 250 lap shootout. It's going to be a gunfight. We'll see how much these drivers want it. It's prestigious to win a throwback race representing some of the great drivers of the sport's ever seen. So who can take their iconic paint scheme and park it into victory lane here at North Wilkesboro as the pace truck dives onto pit road? We're about to go green. Strap in, pull them belts tight. We're ready to see that green flag. The field in the hand of Joseph Smith. As we are green flag in the air. Ooh, a pile up at the restart. Everybody's clean and green. As Brantley tries to make that high line work. No, battle for the lead down the backstretch going into turn 3. Side by side, give it ever so slightly to Joseph Smith as Dustin Hardee tries to make it 3 abreast in turn 3. Thinks better of it as he goes underneath, looking on the underside of the 51 car. As the 51 tries to duck under the 31, bringing in that Ryan Newman paint scheme. Tight battle here for this lead amongst the top 4 or 5 cars now. The front 5 have pulled away from Jones in 6th. Biding their time, getting the tires up to where they needed to be so they can make moves. The 51 in that beautiful throwback to the Denny Hamlin as he gets loose and gets back a hold of that wheel as Dustin Hardee goes on the outside trying to take over that second position. Can he roll that high side into turn 2? He gets a run. Drag race into turn 3. Preferred position is a 51 car at the bottom of the track. The shorter distance around here. The 51 no. Hardee still back out on the outside making that high line work. Battle for seconds. Hot and heavy as it brings in the 61 car. Now Wyatt looking for an opening with these two. He's pouncing as that brings in Jared as we got a caution on track. And let's see who that is for. Oh, looks like Frank Skimmerhorn gets loose off of turn 4 as I was talking about that in pre-race coverage. That is a notorious corner to spin out of as Frank gets that car right heavy left front damage on that car. He'll go into the pits and get that car fixed. What a start to the race. That was entertaining. 6 laps in. And already we've had battles left and right to the top 10. This is going to be a tight race. I don't know who you would pick to be the odds-on favorite. Is so far this early on, the top 4 and 5 cars are evenly matched, toe for toe. One goes high, one goes low, and flip-flop the next lap. So definitely going to put the rubber in and get both lanes working. So we'll see. Gotta give a huge shout out to Alex jumping up 3 spots from where he started, working his way through the field. we'll see what Nunez can do too. Look for him to be a factor by the end of it. Long run guy right there. And that Greg Biffle throwback, man. That is a beautiful throwback paint scheme. Love to see that out. Growing up, that was who I rooted for in the Busch Series back in the day. So cool to see that paint scheme here. There's just something about an all solid color paint scheme like the 9 car. Just perfection. As we get set to go green, Smith takes the outside. Interesting flip from the initial start of this race. We'll see what he can do as they double file 2 by 2 by 2 as we see the green flag in the air. Good start for the front two. Smith gets that jump, but Hardee's right there on the inside trying to make it pounce. As a 51, new race leader, Dustin Hardee, as Brantley tries to go underneath, trying to take the lead, trying to get a 2-for-1 that lap. No. Slots in, battling for this lead. This top 3, you could throw a blanket over him. They're that close. As we got a spinner, Jones going around. We stay green. Got loose, cold tires. We got another battle for the race lead heating up. Bryant wants it, but Hardee's got the preferred lane. As we got a battle for 4th heating up between Jared and Wyatt. Jared looking underneath. Can he make it stick? No. He has to slot in line. Single file. The field's starting a single file. Starting to ride. As Brantley tries to track Dustin back down, trying to retake that race lead, as we see many drivers already giving what would be the Darlington stripe at North Wilkesboro. You're going to see a lot of smoke coming off these right side of these cars. As the race progresses, the higher and higher this groove comes in. As the top 4 have pulled away ever so slightly from our 5th place runner of Alex, who's up 4 from where he started. So good job methodically making his way through the field. Wall riding the 51 into turn 3. Diamonds underneath, trying to get the run under the 52 car. No, can't do it. As we stay onto this battle for the lead, the 51 underneath the 52 again. Got the drive, but can he make it stick? Yes, he can. New race leader. Brantley takes it back over from Hardee. As Hardee brushes the wall, allows the 31 car to get underneath him. As Smith trying to get that 3rd spot. Get back up to 2nd spot as he gets back up to where he started the race. Gets a little loose under, falls back in line. As we had contact from the 9 car into Nunez on that front stretch, but they both gather it up. As Jared Fowler tries to find a way around that 61 car. The brakes already glowing red on the 96 car. Wow, this early on, that just goes to show you how hard these drivers are pushing it. The brake, as he gets loose and tags the wall. Oh no. See if he can regroup. As he starts to back up in the clutches of Alex. As the 9 of Peppers dives it into turn 3. Gets a good run off the front stretch, tracking down the 72 car. Peppers wants to play. His car looking good this early on. As Alex is on the back bumper of that 96 car, whose handling may be gone away from being involved in that wall, as he shoves Alex lower. Alex has a shallow entry, has to get hard on the brakes as the 96 bounces off the wall once again. Alex back up another spot as Peppers tries to get underneath the 96 car. I think that 96 car is damaged, and he's just trying to limp it as a battle as he's the 96 is gonna lose it, bringing out our caution. We saw that live. The damage is too much for the 96 as he loops it around. Unfortunate for him, but he'll take that car to the pits and get attention from his team and get that car fixed and back on track. We have battles left and right, up and down this field. Now it's going to come down to, are you going to pit? Are you going to stay out? Are you going to who knows what these drivers are going to do? We've seen it here in the Hardee Cup Series. These drivers have vast and stark different styles of pit strategy. So it's going to be entertaining to see how this unfolds, because you want to pit under caution here at North Wilkesboro because this track is very small. These laps tick off in 15 seconds. That equivalent to Martinsville as well. Very small tracks. Very easy to lose 2-3 laps under a green flag pit cycle. As we're under our second yellow of the day for Fowler spinning off of turn 4. Everybody doing a good job to get around him. Once again, it's amazing to see all these throwback paint schemes back here as Frank Simmerhorn, many laps down on that heavy damage he suffered bringing out that first caution. Unfortunately for Frank, not having the season that he wanted, and we'll see if he can pick it back up and the luck of the season can turn around, as we're still not even up to the halfway point in this season. So still early on in the season, and hopefully Frank, knowing Frank, he will turn his season around, and he just has fun. But everybody loves Frank. Frank, you can ask anybody, is always loved by his competitors. Every time we get to see him on track, he brings the energy. We'll see what this restart has, as we have one to go before we drop the hammer back on these cars. As Frank Skimmerhorn is back on track at the tail end of the field. All 12 cars that started are still running. Let's see what they can do as we're about to go green. Ooh, good jump for the 51 car. Hardee looked like he was sleeping, but Hardee's coming right back as a 61. We have a battle for third between Wyatt and Smith, as Smith, 3 wide, middle of turn 3. Wow, you do not see that very much. As the 9 takes full advantagement. Where did Peppers come from on that restart? Jumping him up to the 4th spot. Wow, Peppers' car is strong early on as he's fighting for the 3rd spot. Did not see that coming from Peppers. As he looks under the 31, nope. Checks up and allows the 31 to take that, as a 31 goes to attack the 52 car. The 52 car looking to hold that position. As Smith has the run on the inside, pushes Hardee up. Hardee fighting back as we got a blinker. Peppers trying to make this a 3-way battle. Oh, they get into it at 31. That has to check up. That allows Peppers to go around, and Peppers is up to 3rd. All the way up from 9th where he started. 32 laps into this race. Has made his way through the field. He looks like he might be a contender today, as he hunts for the 2nd spot, trying to hunt down Dustin Hardee, as Brantley has checked out. The biggest gap we've seen all day, a 1.3 second gap on Hardee, as Hardee gets a little loose. That's going to be something these drivers are watching for. These cars are going to get loose. So we got a 3-car battle for this 3rd spot. Smith regrouping after having to check up as he dives underneath the 9-car. Looking to take back 3rd spot from Peppers. Peppers says, no, this is mine. Takes that high line and rolls through as a 31 gets a good run on the bottom. Peppers coming back strong. Side by side. These guys mirroring each other, their lines, their diamonding of this track as the 31 takes the spot back for now. Smith back up to the 3rd spot on the back bumper of the 52 car. As Pepper says, nope, I'm not over, tries to cross over, can't make it work. Blake's once again glowing red. These drivers heavy on the brakes here as Hardee gets loose and succeeds the spot to the 31 car, allowing Peppers to take advantage. Peppers on the inside. Dustin Hardee on that outside looking strong. That 52 loving that outside. As we shift back to the battles later, back in the back of the field here for 9th. And that 60 car throwing it back to Biffle, trying to track down the 96 who came on the pit road. As we see the 41 back there get a loose, gathers it up. Good heads up drives. Herrick gets into him. Oh, wow. I don't, that was, oof. That was a rough one to watch. I don't know exactly what unfolded to that. As Herrick gets into the 41 car, it stays green. As Jones looking strong early on, sitting back here at the tail end of the field. Alex sitting in that 6th spot. That beautiful red and blue accented Mustang. Trying to chase down our top 5 drivers, I'm sorry, as a Rocket Man Caterpillar car tries to track down Dustin Hardee, as it looks like Dustin is struggling. Caution is out.
Hey man, your mic sounds like it's a little far away from your mouth again. Just double check that for us, please.
Ooh, as Jones spins it out again. The treacherous turn 4 exit just gets on the throttle and the car snaps around. That's the most helpless feeling you can have as a driver. That car just snapping around like that. There's nothing you can really do. These cars just snap here. As he regroups. The top 3, 4, 5. Alex ducks out and stays out. Alex is going to take the race lead over and lead this lap as the rest of the field are coming down pit road. Gutsy strategy call for that 72 car as the whole field decides to come down and leave him hanging on the racetrack. Looks like the tires are going up on the right side of these cars. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires and fuel for most of the field. As we see the 9 pull away, the 96 car. Let's see who can lead this battle. As their race leaders, the race off pit road, Brantley will slot in second on this restart. Followed by Smith, then Fowler and Peppers. Hardee. Interesting fuel stops as we see Jones sitting getting that damage fixed on that Chevrolet. Interesting pit strategy. I don't know if this is going to work out for Alex with these guys having 4 fresh tires, but I think he was thinking a couple more drivers are going to stay out with him. So we will see what he can do with almost 50 lap old tires here at North Wilkesboro. It's going to be tough for him to hang on. as the field grids up 2 by 2 behind the Chevy Pace truck. Pace truck will dive onto pit road this time by giving the control of the field to that 72 car as we are about to go green. Slow restart zone. Green flag in the air from our starter. Late start in that zone by the 72 car to try to get a jump with these old tires as a 51 is tracking him down with those fresher tires. Alex has got that preferred line rolling to the top as the 51 tries to go underneath, but Alex making that high line work on these old tires as the 51 is gonna take over your race lead going into turn 3. Not so fast, the 72 car, as the 31 of Smith goes under the 72 car. As we got a spinner, the 31 gets into the 72 car. Oh, the 9 is involved, the 60.
Quickly, tell me what you got.
That started on the 31 of Smith. Was trying to get underneath, just got loose, ever so slightly stacking up the field. This 96 gets into him. Let's see what happens to Peppers. 2 incidents in that one. The 61 goes deep to avoid it. Oh, the 9 gets on the apron and just spins it out. One of those short track deals. As we see the 31 car of Smith dive back onto pit road. The 72 decides I need fresh tires. Excuse me, he's going to get 4 fresh tires and fuel in that car. Familiar sight in the front. The Denny Hamlin throwback. And the Kurt Busch throwback. And don't look now, but Greg Biffle has entered the chat, sitting in third. Ryan, that beautiful throwback, followed by Nunez up to fourth. Nunez is looking strong today. This is what the Hardee Cup Series is all about, everyone. This racing it from the top of the list to the bottom of the list. These are the type of races that I like to cover. Action-packed no matter where you look. It's hard to look away, hard to cover it all. But we are here and we are doing it. We will see now as the field's all on pretty much even tires. A lap and a half difference between Alex and the rest of the field won't make too much of a difference. As Brantley Bryant takes the outside, Hardy slots in there on the inside as we slowly approach that Echo Automotive restart zone. As we are green flag. Huge jump for the 51 car. Hardy slots in second. As the 41 car, 4 cars under a blanket battling for third. As it might look like we're going to go 3 wide for a moment. We are going to go three wide there. As the 60s on the bottom, sandwiching the 96 in between the 72 and himself. That could have been bad as all 4 of those drivers sorted out. As Alex battles on the outside of the 60 car, getting to that run, takes that spot from Ryan. Ryan falling back As the 31 goes to the outside, as the 31 tries to make his way back up through the field, followed by Wyatt. Wyatt looking strong on the outside around the 60 car. The 60 car struggling on this restart. Oh, the 49 catches it. Good save from Herrick. Not to bring out the caution flag. As we got a battle between the 9 and the 96. The 9 on the inside of Peppers. Looking strong. Trying to roll that inside. Get underneath. Fowler. Slight bump into the corner. Sends a 96 hard into the wall. As Peppers looks strong. Peppers rolling the bottom. Never so slight edge for the 9 car as it brings Alex in and Smith back into this fray. And don't look now, Wyatt. These 5 cars fighting for the 5th spot. As the 51 is checked back out once again. Almost 2 seconds over the battle for second. As this battle for 4th is hot and heavy with these 5 drivers. The 72 of Alex gets a good run. Takes that spot from Peppers, bringing a 31 with him. As Alex tries to look for a way around the 96 car. Thinks better of it, slots in. Peppers driving it deep underneath, trying to get that inside to roll as he tried to get under the 31 car. No, that brings Wyatt into the fray as Wyatt has the outside line, trying to get around the number 9 of Peppers. This is the battle to watch right here. These 4 drivers trading blows lap after lap after lap. As Wyatt goes underneath the 9 car. 9 car has a preferred line. Can Wyatt make that inside work? Side by side, 3 and 4. Who's got the edge? Give it to the 61 of Wyatt as he slides in front of Peppers. As Alex is on the back bumper of that 4th place color of Fowler. Alex coming on strong, trying to find a way around. Looking where he's not. That's how you get around here at North Wilkesboro. The battle right now on track between these two. The 96 gets loose. 72 looks underneath. As give that spot to Alex as he powers around. Move Alex back up to the 4th position. Good battle. As Fowler comes under attack from Smith. Smith trying to take that spot from the 5th spot away. Smith drives around the 96 car. That allows Wyatt to try to get underneath the 96 car. The 96 car of Jared falling back. As he tries to make that car to last until we get to the pit cycle. That's going to give Wyatt a shot at his back bumper. Look how red the brakes are glowing here on these cars. Heavy braking. Trying to get the front of these cars down, get grip on those front tires. As we got a battle for 3rd brewing between Alex and Nunez. Nunez is looking strong, but Alex has got the preferred line on that outside. Rolls in side by side. Into turn 3. The 41 says not today as Alex does the crossover. Side. Oh! Heavy contact for the 41 and 72. That will bring out. And the 9 is involved. The 60 hard. Oh. You hate to see that. As Alex does. The 41 just gasses it up. Bounces Alex off the wall. The 9 involved. The 60 just nowhere to go hard into the nose of the 41 car. Heavy damage on all four cars involved. Ugh. As all the cars are gonna dive onto pit road. No. Couple stay out. The top three stay out. Top four stay out. I am surprised to see the number 41 of Joshua Nunez staying on track with that heavy damage. But maybe that car is okay. Maybe we'll see. He's gonna have to see how that car feels. That was just one of those racing deals where he tried to gas up and got loose, and hard racing took out four cars in that melee, and that's going to shake up the field quite a bit, and that's our biggest one thus far so far. So bringing out our third caution of the day, 73 laps in. That's one of those things with these tight tracks. You have nowhere to go, and unfortunately, you know, the brakes are hot. They don't want to stop these cars, and you saw the aftermath of it. And like I said, interesting fuel strategy calls from the back half of the field as our top four stayed out on track. We will see what Nunez can do in that heavily damaged car sitting in fifth. Does anybody have anything for the 51 of Bryant? Bryant has been looking strong, pulling a second and a half, almost 2 second lead on this field. We'll see as we got a side by side slow roll into the Echo Park. Restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Bryant gets a good jump as we got a battle for third between the 31 of Smith and Wyatt, the 61 car, and the 96 back into the fray. 3-car battle for this third spot. Close racing. Who's got the line? Give the third spot to Smith as the fight for fourth is on. The 61 and the 96. The 96 gets that run. Jared's like, I want it, as we see the 9 spinning, bringing out the caution flag again. We'll see what has happened. Just underneath a 49 and just loses it all on his own. Good heads up driving from everybody not to get caught up. He didn't want to get into Herrick, so he thought better of it and decided to spin, bringing out what is our fourth caution of the day. Because we're not even to the halfway point yet. This is what you wanted. The drivers are delivering, and I'll give it props to that 41 car. Even though it's battered and bruised, still looks like it's holding pace well. These short tracks, you don't need a lot of aerodynamics, but it definitely helps. You more rely on the mechanical grip here at these style tracks, so you can race with the damage. But good to see Fowler back up there and all the damage fixed back on that car. He's got into the wall a few times this evening. Smith is looking strong as our top two have just traded blows for blows. It's going to be a hard fight to the finish. I honestly can't tell you who I think is got the better car. It seems like every restart we do, the field flips on its head. So I really don't know. All these cars are handling just about the same on the edge. We'll see where Brantley decides to take this restart as we're going to get the one to go this time by. Lights off of the pace truck as we line up two by two by two. Looks like Frank Skimmerhorn might have called it a night. As we slowly approach the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Ooh, Hardee slides up and says, "You guys are not taking the second." As we got that battle for third, heating back up between the 31 of Smith and the 96 of Fowler. Smith looking good. He likes that bottom. Fowler rolling the outside, side by side. As the 41 gets in the wall. The 90, the 49 car. Heavy contact into the wall between him and Peppers. Once again, Peppers, oh, they check up. Yep, Herrick tries to avoid, and Peppers is there, and off the nose of the 9 car. Herrick goes, bringing out our 5th caution flag of the afternoon. I told you, folks, bring the punching bags, because these guys are trading blows. Quick, 3 quick cautions in a row. As the 31 decides he needs to come to the attention of his crew. Looks like Jones may have called it a night as well. We'll see. Hardee, nope, fake. Stays out on the racetrack. Thus far, a lot of action in 85 laps around North Wilkesboro. There's still a long ways to go, folks. The racing is just now starting. These drivers know where the track has grip, where it doesn't, what their cars are doing by now. So it's all in the driver's hands at this point of how hard they want to race. The name of the game at a short track like this is survival. As we're going to get the one to go once again from our flagman. The 51 going to keep on that high lane where he's been the past couple restarts. He likes that high lane. His car likes it up there. Forcing Hardee to... Hardee's going to have to do something on the restarts. Trying to figure out what to do in that throwback to Kurt Busch. I don't know. He just said he might have to throw Kurt Busch back into that car. Because you know what they say, Rubbin's racing. He's got to find something. As the field bunches up as we hit that Echo Park restart zone, green flag in the air. The 51 gets a monstrous restart again as there's a 3-car battle for the 3rd spot once again. The 96 wants it. As the 61 tries to look underneath, thinks better of it. As we got a battle here between the 41, the 31, and the 72. The 41 car struggling as Pepper gets underneath him. Oh, the 31 back into the wall. Is he going to save it? No. Slight contact to the inside wall. That might bring out a yellow flag if he can't. Nope, we stay green. He is rolling. as he just got loose once again. The second time in traffic, he got loose as the race up front tightens up. The 51 doesn't get that far away this time as
We have
Fowler,
a
the
caution,
caution is
caution,
out.
caution. Guys, get some rags and clean this mess up here. Coming into the box is the part that I'm mainly concerned
Uh,
about.
Pepper spins it out again off of turn 4. The third time he's spun from that exact lane. Maybe he's got to try exiting higher or lower. I have no idea, but he brings out yet again another caution flag. Our sixth of the day. It's been an interesting 20, 20 laps here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Caution after caution after caution. It's the old saying, cautions breed cautions, and evidently that's showing its face. As Bryant goes low, trying to keep the rubber off of his tires. Interesting call from him. As Hardee goes up and gives him a love tap. These two have had an impressive showing so far. 93 laps in, and we are under caution for the fifth time. This might set a record today for the cautions here in the Hardee Design Cup Series. Not a record you want to see set, but it was bound to happen. Throwback week. Darlington may have the nickname the track too tough to tame, but I don't know. She might have to give that throne up to North Wilkesboro. And I want to point out, this was one of our biggest fields to boot so far this season. So it's still good to see him. 10 of the 12 starters still rolling around. As you can see, the damage cars starting to pile up here. As I think the only one who hasn't gotten into the wall and caused any damage is the 51 car. As I said, I do see a little bit of scuffing on that right front quarter panel as he brings us back around yet again for another restart zone. As we approach the restart zone, and even a restart this time. Green flag is in the air. The 51 gets another good jump. As we got a battle for second and third heating up. No, Hardee takes it. Slot and single file the first 5. As we got a battle for fifth. The 60 dives it hard into turn 3, trying to get underneath the 31. 31 had the preferred line, gets around him, and sets his sights on the back of Alex. As we're going to stay with this battle here. Single file, the field goes. As Herrick looks underneath the 40. Oh, no, the 9 and 49 again make contact as Herrick hard on the brakes. Not having the luck he wanted today in that Kenny Rogers own throwback. As the 51 has got a slight lead, but Hardee is staying on his heels within a half second of the back bumper of our race leader, the closest he's been in quite some time. Obviously, we haven't had many green flag laps the past 20 to really get tire temps going, so we will see as Hardee dives it into turn 3. As Hardee's under fire from the 96. The 96 will spin it around. Caution is out. Once again, our 6th caution of the day. here for the 96 car, spinning out all on his own, trying to get under power. Jared has not had good luck trying to get that car to turn off the corner. And that's what I said in the early part of the broadcast, that turn 4 is treacherous as the exit. It will cause your car to come around if you do not have it angled right, as we're going to see. My guess, the whole field come down for 4 tires of fuel as we finally across the 100 lap mark. As the 31 is going to stay on track. And it looks like he is going to lead this time by. So Smith takes over our lead, followed by Fowler, who brought the caution out. And Herrick will slot into that third spot as he stays out. It's anybody's ball game today, folks. This race is looking like the pennant races that we just wrapped up here in the major leagues. While we're under caution, I want to give a huge shout out to Dustin Hardee for making all this possible. Hardee Designs, if you need a paint scheme, hit him up on his socials. He does excellent work, as a lot of these paint schemes are made by him and Jeffrey Herrick. So hit those guys up. They'll make you a good, affordable paint scheme. And Dustin's setup shop. So look forward to seeing the more coming from Hardee Setup Shop. So if you want some setups, go ahead and hit them up and see what they can do for you, and as well as our friends at iRacing for making all of this possible. And a huge shout out to all these drivers who have come to show up here for Throwback, making this race fun and memorable. So a huge thank you to all the drivers involved. Without you guys every week, there is no series, there is no me covering it. So I appreciate every one of you showing up every week. As we get ready to go green, interesting lineup now. As we have 2 new faces leading this field. We'll see what Fowler and Smith can do as we hit the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag is in the air. The Highline gets a good start again. As we got a battle for second between the 60 of Ryan and Fowler hits the 60, checking up the field. Are we going to stay green? Yes, we stay green. Huge stack up for the field. As Fowler gets a rough end of that stick all the way to the back, as we got a battle for second between Bryant and Herrick. These fresh tires are not. Oh, the 49 goes around bringing out our caution flag. Oh, Alex hard into him. As a 9 looks like he may have got a piece of that. We'll see if there was contact. It looks like there was just. Nope, just arrow push to the 94 and just got loose. And Alex knows where to go. The 9 gets around it. Ah, that is unfortunate for Herrick, as the car just arrow pushed and got loose on him. Alex nowhere to go, unfortunately. Heavy front end damage to that 49 car. His day may be done if he does not have his fast repair. As a 72 hits pit road to try to repair the damage on that Mustang. I've lost track of cautions. I think that's our 7th one of the day. In quick succession, these caution flags, we might have to nickname this Spingate. If you were to sit me down early in the day and say that under halfway to go we'd have this many cautions, I would have called you crazy. But color me impressed as we see all of those cars that were involved making their way back onto the racetrack and they catch up to the tail end of our field here. This race has completely flipped on its head. The tail end of the field made its way all the way up to the top of to the top of the field, and vice versa, over and over. As we're gonna get one to go here once again. Lights are out as Bryant is forced to take the inside lane. It'll be interesting to see the restart he can do. He hasn't been on the inside since the start of the race. As Wyatt is up there in the fourth spot, followed by Holland in the 60, Nunez. As we begin the slow creep around 3 and 4 into the Echo Park restart zone. Ooh, Hardee blinking.
Green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Ooh, looks like the 51 checks up a little bit. Allows the 31 of Smith to get a good lead as the 51 slots into second. As we got a battle for third as Hardee tries to take it over from the 61. Caution is out.
What do you got now?
Out once again as it looks like Eric is involved in another one. Just gets loose into turn one. Good avoidance from the 72 not to get caught back up as we are underneath. Yet again, another caution flag. Our 8th of the day. 112 laps in. I don't know what to say. I am lost for words up here in the booth of how quickly these caution flags are coming out. It's boys, calm down. You're not even halfway through this race yet. You have 10 laps before the halfway point, and these guys are racing like it's the last lap every single restart. I genuinely, I do not know what to say. This, this is like the Royal Rumble of the series, apparently. Drivers trading blow for blow. As Alex pitted to get some more damage fixed up, as I believe he is out of his fast repairs. Ooh, heavy right front damage on that Mustang. He may have too much damage to continue. We will see. As we are going to get another one to go. Keep it clean and green. Try to get the cars up and not wreck. We shall see as these drivers get ready to do battle once again. As we approach the Echo Park restart zone for another time, let's see what our front two can do. Green flag back in the air. The 31 gets a good jump. The preferred line on these restarts. As he puts a car length and a half on the 51 car. As we got a battle for third, heating back up once again. The 61 gets a good run. Looks to the inside. Can't make the move stick. As the 60 and the 96 battle for our 5th spot. 96 gets a good run, but can't make it work. As Hardee goes for a spin, bringing out the caution. Good avoidance for everybody involved. See what happens. He just tries to gas it up and just, yep, spins all around. Good heads up drive. Ooh, the 60 barely makes it by. That treacherous turn 4. And we're under our 9th caution flag of this evening. Am I starting to feel like a broken record at home? Yes. Yes, I am. As the 31 decides, I need tires. And he drops the pit road. That will give our race lead back over to the 51 car. Slotting Wyatt in the second spot. And our 60, that throwback to Grave Biffle. And excuse me, Ryan will slot into our third spot. Fourth right now is that 96 car of Fowler, followed by the 41 car of Nunes. Don't look now, but Hardy or Herrick is back up to 6 as him and the 60 car will dive onto the pit road, come to their attention to their crew as the 31 of Smith comes back on track. Hardy going to get what I assume is 4 tires and fuel on that 52 car, throwing it back to Kurt Busch. As we see Peppers leaving the pit road. We should hit the halfway point this once we go green. As we're waiting for the rest of the field to catch up here. This race is not disappointing, so I hope you stay tuned. Because it's anybody's race at this point. As we get 1 to go. So it'll be 1 lap to the halfway point. As you're going to get the green flag on lap 124. 125 is the halfway point in this race. That's looking interesting. So we got 8 cars remaining on track. We'll see what Wyatt can do as he's on the front row for the first time this afternoon.
Not going.
Not going. We are postponing the green flag, allowing the rest of the field to catch up. Pace car heads back and will lead the field around one more time. I hope you brought a bag of popcorn. You might have to go and get another one as the action is still heating up here. As we're going to go green flag this time by. This will be our halfway point.
Green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Once again, the 51 gets a huge jump from the outside as we are halfway home. As the 41 gets a good run on the outside in turn 1, but cannot make it stick. As we got a battle between the 31 and the 52. As those 3 cars are under a blanket. As we're going to go 3 wide for a moment at Northbrook's. As Peppers spins, hits the inside wall. Looks like we are green flag still. As Hardy goes for a spin, saves it. We'll see what he can do as he recovers. As Herrick looking strong as he's on the outside of Hardy. Hardy looks on the inside. No. As Herrick's going to spin and hit the wall one more time, but we stay green. Holy cow. We are still green, folks. As we got a battle here for 4th. 3rd, I should say. I apologize. Because the top 4 have pulled away handily from our 5th place of Nunes. Brantley, Wyatt, Jared, and Joseph, our top 4. That pulled away as we are finally green as the 96 spins. Can he save it? Locks it down. Yes, as we stay green. These drivers are pushing hard. That's the third driver to spin as we got a battle right now between the 60. No, the 60 takes it from the 41 of Nunes. And that brings Hardee into the fray. Hardee got a run. Gonna look underneath the 41 car. Tries to make quick work of that car as he's gonna try to do a 2-for-1. Looking on the inside of Ryan. No, Ryan holds strong in that outside lane, but here comes Dustin rolling the inside lane. Side by side, bumper to bumper, even into turn 3. The 52 slightly ahead. He's going to have the exit and the run. Can the 60 cross him over? No, as we are under caution for the 11th time, and that was our leader. What happened to our leader of Brantley? Was there contact from he and the 61 car? No, he just gets loose, as we've seen Peppers do as well. Just that middle lane, but he locks it up and saves it, and that brings out our 11th caution, 11th or 12th caution of the day. I cannot remember right now, but we're in our double digits of caution flags as our leader. As oh boy, folks. As you see half our field pitting for repairs in tires. That will hand our race lead back over to Wyatt Mickelson, leading this in that Ryan Newman throwback paint scheme. Well, that is the longest green flag run, folks, we've had in quite some time. 133 laps complete. As we're going to go green with 115 laps to go. I don't know what's in store for the next 100 laps, but I can tell you, I know these drivers are getting exhausted. This restarting these races are tough. Going through the gears, trying to find the momentum. When we were here at North Wilkesboro before the season began, we had one excellent race to the finish. We'll see if we can have a race like we did then, now. As we're going to see the green flag this time by with 114 laps left. As we hit the Echo Park restart zone, green flag is in the air. Good start from the inside, dead even, as Hardee's going to make it 3 wide for second. Holy cow, as the 60 hits the wall. As we're going to have a battle for the lead, Hardee is going to go from 4th to 2nd and try to get first in one lap as Hardee goes from 4th in that restart to our race lead. Hardee back in the saddle where he wants to be. You do not see 3 wide work well at a short track like this. Good heads-up driving and awareness from all 4 of those drivers involved. That was entertaining and fun to watch as we see that 51 starting to carve his way back up after bringing out the latest caution. As a 31 of Smith tries to find a way around with 61. As a 61 wants that race lead back, he's running high. As we got a battle for second between the 31 and the 61. As the 51 goes underneath the 61, looking strong. As he's got fresh tires on that car. As he's going to try to get a 2-for-1. As he looks under the 31 of Smith. Smith says, nope, not today, Junior. As Smith has a preferred lane. He's going to keep that second spot as we got a spinner. back in the back of the pack once again, bringing out our,
Walk me through a lap here, please.
but I want to say 13th caution of the day. And that is for Herrick once again. And dare I say it, gets loose, and the 9 finishes him off. That arrow push, apparently evident this evening. As Herrick writes it, we're under caution once again here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. When Kurt Busch had that injury when he was driving that Monster Energy car, I hate to say it, but that's when that iconic paint scheme got handed over to a young guy of Riley Herbst. And it just never was the same ever again. And hated to see that injury take Kurt out, and just one of the most iconic paint schemes in the last 20, 25 years. It's simple. It's elegant. It's a masterpiece. Cool to see that car back out there and carrying on the legacy here on iRacing. Wonderful to see that car back out, and all these guys worked hard this past week to get all these paint schemes for you guys. So huge kudos to everybody, bringing out some of the big guns in NASCAR history with these paint schemes. So huge shout out to all the guys for doing that. It's fun to see all these paint schemes, and we'll see who can burn it down. As we're gonna get the one to go this time. This time by. As Hardee elects the inside lane on this restart. I would have thought he would have taken the outside with how much the outside has gotten a good run, but we shall see as Hardee leads them into the Echo Park restart zone. We'll see. Green flag. Hardee gets a huge jump and a push from the 51. The 51 going to try to take over that second spot from the 31 as he's going to try to get a 2-for-1 spot. No. Still side by side for that second spot as he looks for the race lead. Really low. Catches the apron and he's going to get the run as Hardee's going to try to cross him over. Nope. Thinks better of it as we got a battle for second. Brewing again. The 31 of Smith and Hardee going at it. Bringing in the 61 of Wyatt. The big players back up front as Hardee tries to take back over that race lead. 3 different lines off of turn 4. As this race is getting good. Here for the top spot is 4 cars under a blanket. As Smith, 3 wide for the race lead. Can we make it 6? 3 wide off of turn 4. Down the front stretch, still 3 wide. Holy cow, that's fun to watch. As they single file it out. Hardee will slowly take over that second spot as the battle for third rages on between the 61 and the 31. And the 31's going to try to dive under Hardee as he gets a run down the front stretch. Good battle for the second spot. As Brantley likes to see this in his mirrors because that's going to give him breathing room to check out on this field if we stay green. This battle for second and third rages on as the 31 looking underneath Hardee for that second spot. As Hardee closes in on the race lead. We got a battle from first to fifth, all within car lengths of each other. As for the 61s diving underneath the bottom inside of the 2, as the 31 gets loose and has to check up, that causes 61 to check up. Caution back out for the 13th time this afternoon. As Herrick once again brings out the caution flag, and from the tire marks, He hits that seam in turn 4 and just loses it and loops it around, stays off the inside with slight contact for him as he rights the ship and gets underway. Entertaining restart on that. That 3 wide for half a lap at North Wilkesboro. Kudos to all of you guys that made that work because that shouldn't happen. So they heads up, spatial awareness. You don't see it much. And unfortunately, we are under yellow for, I believe, our 13th time this afternoon. As a 51, I think we've seen that somewhere before, bumping the pace car. I think the guy who drove that 51 car, Kyle Busch, back in the day, did that at Loudon, New Hampshire, I believe. So kind of an homage to that number, and as we see Hardy give the 51 a little bit of a love tap in the rear bumper to say, "Hey, I see you, and I'm going to raise you on this restart." So these paint schemes are really coming to life here on the track and embodying the drivers and numbers that these guys have on them. Heavy, hard racing, what you want to see, as we are 96 laps from the finish. We'll see what, when we get the restart with 94 to go, we will see, or 95 to go, I apologize. We will see what these 95 laps can do for you. If the past, 60 laps have said anything, we are not done seeing yellows. In the words of Larry Mack and Darrell Waltrip, pull those belts tight one more time. As we go green. Once again for North Brookville, the 51 does what he's done best, makes that high line work. As the battle of these four resume, good run for Smith in that 31 car, looking underneath the 61 car as the 96 goes around, takes over that spot from the 41 car. As Hardee takes over sole position of second, as the 31 says, "Nope, I want it back." As once again, these drivers are starting to race harder as the whole field single file. Let's see if they can run down our race leader again, because they ran him down the last read. As we see the 61 bounce hard off of the front stretch wall, but doesn't slow him down. As the 31 looks underneath the 52 car, can he make that stick? As it looks like the 51 is ever so slightly in the wall, allowing these two, as we got a battle raging for the second spot, still closing down on our race leader. These drivers are pushing with under 100 to go. Now single file, as we saw back there, Alex tries, as the 51 looks like he gets into the wall again, and that allows the 52 car to close in, but the 52 car gets a little loose, has to check it up, allowing the 31 of Smith to go on the inside. Hardee into the wall, but still gets a run off of turn 2. We saw the flames shoot out of that car as he had to get off of it for a second as that car got a little loose under him, as we got a battle now between the 61 and 31. Single file. Trading blows for this second spot. The 31 ever so slightly gives a nudge to the 52 car. They keep it straight. As the 51 has pulled out over a second on this battle for second spot. We'll see if these guys can track him down as they were tracking him down, but as we have stayed green, we are seeing the strength of that 51 start showing its face once again. As we single file, as Hardee gets loose, the 31 dives underneath. bad as Hardee brushes that wall the second time in the same spot. Outside drag race. Give it to the 52 so far. No, as a 31 takes it over. 52 gonna try to that crossover move. Nope. Yes, he does. He's gonna try to do the crossover. We'll see if he can make it stick. As nope, he cannot. As Smith takes over the second spot. We'll see if Smith can run down our race leader as he is clear as we see Hardee tail wiggling that Chevrolet down the front stretch. As we got a battle for sixth between Alex and that 60 car. Alex has got that car repaired enough where he can do some damage with it. As these two battle for this sixth position. Side by side. As they go, Alex has a preferred lane, takes that spot over the 60, says not so fast. Dives it hard into turn 3. Can't get the runoff for turn 4. Give that spot to the 72 of Alex. Crossover move from the 60. These two drivers trading blows as these two are, believe it or not, side by side catching the top 5. As the 60's gonna get the advantage. No, the 72 still there. Door handle to door handle. These guys are, it's like a mirror. As the 49 goes once again, bringing around our 14th caution of this afternoon here at North Wilkesboro. Everybody's trading blows and blows as this race is winding down. I hope you stay tuned as no, the top two fake out the field. Half the field pits, half the field stays, starting with the 61. Now, as we see the 72 pull into his pit stall, getting service from his crew. We'll see if it's 4 tires or just fuel. Both right sides going up on these two cars. Down around to the other side. 4 tires and fuel for the 52 and the 61 car. And Alex is going to get some more damage fixed on that car. Trying to make that car work. He better get out of pits before he loses a lap. And he does. It looks like he will stay on the lead lap. As Jared Fowler's back up to third. As we see the 96, he's going to pick up some marbles from being down there, but trying to save some fuel by staying on the flats. As we see the 51 do the same thing. Now is when pit strategy starts to come into play this far into the race. We are 3/4 of the way through our event here this evening from the North Wilkesboro Speedway as lights are out on that Chevy Silverado pace truck as it dives into pit road. We'll see what this guys can do. As we come to the restart zone, we'll see green flag in the air. The 51 gets a good jump from that inside lane this time by as we see a checkup from the 41. As a battle for the race lead is hot and heavy. This is the closest the 31 has been in a long time to leading this thing. You know he's going to be hungry, seeing what he can do to try to get around that 51 car of Brantley. As we got a battle for this 5th spot between Herrick and Wyatt. Wyatt got those fresh tires. He's going to try to use them as that brings Hardee into the picture. Herrick doing a good job trying to keep that track position, staying out on those old tires. As Hardee's going to take a look into turn one. Can Hardee make it stick? As the 49 of Herrick says that preferred lane. Side by side as Hardee locks it up to the 41. Hard into the wall. He gets loose on the apron, tries to take it up. Just slams that wall as Hardee locks it up and saves it. And unfortunately for Nunes, I think that might be race over for that Mustang as he pulls into pit road. Just came around snapping on him off of turn two. As yeah, there's heavy damage on the front of that Mustang. We are under caution once again. And folks, I'm not even paying attention at this point to the number. I come back here. These drivers are definitely going to watch this race and figure out what they need to do. As we see the 61 most likely going to fill that car back up. As we have 72 laps, 71 next time by. We're going to see the aggression ramp up tenfold. We'll see where our race leader, it looks like he's going to try to stay on the inside as we see the one to go from our flag stand. Looks like he's going to stay on the inside this time, switching it up from where he was early on in this race. And don't look now, but Greg Biff, I mean, Ryan, they're sitting in fourth, looking strong in that 60 car as the field is whittled down to 8 so far. We started with 12, we're down to 8. As we approach the Echo Park restart zone, as we are green flag, even start in the restart zone. 51 gets the jump though. As ooh, the 60 gets pushed in the wall. That allows Hardee to go by. Hardee gets back to third. The 60 had nowhere to go as he battles the 96 for that spot. 96 is gone as Peppers is under fire from Hardee or from Herrick. And here comes Alex. Looks like he's got that Mustang fixed, trying to get back up there. As we see the 31 go for a spin.
Caution's out. Be ready with, there you go. Be ready with that brake clean stuff, guys. Your blower is
I think this is our 17th caution of the race. We'll see what happened to the 31 car. My guess, underneath the rate for the race lead, just gets loose. Yep. Tries to stay out of the wall and ever so slightly with that left front twice. Getting some damage on the 31 car. And once again, we are under caution here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for a solo car spin. As we see the 9 of Peppers, the 72 of Alex, and the 31 of Smith. As the 61 is of Wyatt is still on pit road. Looks like he may have called it a night. Familiar foes are going to trade blows once again on this restart. The 51 and 52, the two heavy hitters of the race tonight, gonna duke it out one more time. As we should see the one to go. This time by once again. No, we stay under yellow. The lights are still on, allowing the back of the field to catch back up for yet again another restart zone. As as the field lines up behind the pace truck, we see the one to go. We're going to get the restart with 64 laps to go. Once again, slow approach to the Echo Park restart zone. We'll see if the 52 can get a jump on that outside or if the 51 can get another good restart
Ready,
again.
green flag.
The 51 gets the jump as the battle for second ensues. So does the battle for third. 4, 5 cars battling for this fourth spot. As it's single file in the front too. As a 31 is going to look underneath the 60 of Ryan. Can he make it stick? Ryan with that outside line making it stick as we got a drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. Still even as there's 4 cars under a blanket as Herrick is right there. As Herrick and Alex are going to battle. The 49 starting to come on strong late in the going here from North Wilkesboro. He's going to try to look underneath the 60 car of Ryan. Ryan rolling that high side in the 60 car makes it stick this time by Herrick, still trying to get around him, figuring out what he can do as this brings Alex back into the picture. What can Alex do as the battle for the race lead is heating up? As Dustin has found some magic on this restart. Not letting Brantley get away this time. He's mirroring the lines as we speak, seeing if he can force that 51 car into a mistake as Hardee's right there, letting him know, hey, I'm here, you make a mistake, it's mine, as we got a battle for third heating up as well. These top 4 drivers want to these positions. As the front 2 start to break away from that battle for third. Brantley gets the biggest gap he's had in a couple laps as we see Smith trying to take that third spot away. No, single file back in as Brantley starts to open up the race lead again. As Hardee tail slaps that front stretch wall one more time. The battle for third rages on between Smith and Fowler. Smith takes it. Now his sights set on Hardee in that 52 car. What can Smith do as we got a battle between the 60 and the 49 there. The 61 keeps that spot. Good battles all throughout the field as the 49 slides down to the infield as we stay green. Not having the night that he wanted. He looked like he had a good run going, but unfortunately loops it coming off of turn 2 once again, and now he's going to have to regroup. As this battle for second is brewing, that 31 trying desperately to get around the 52 car. Good battle for second. As they're keeping relatively good taps on the racer, he's not as far out as I would have thought. So maybe the 52 and the 31 have a little something, or the 51's just laying back, not wanting to show his card. As we got 3 cars for this race lead. We will see 3 cars battling for position. It looks like the 52 is better in turns 3 and 4 than the 51. The 51 better on the first half as Hardee is there on his back bumper. We have a race for the lead. 3-car battle. As the 31 looks underneath the 52 of Hardy. Smith trying to make it work. As you see the brakes glowing redder and redder off of that 31 car. The brakes are taking a beating here as these drivers are pushing the cars to the absolute limit in these corners. As that gives Brantley the little bit of breathing room he needs. Pulls away back to almost a second. I think he's taunting these two behind him, saying, you use your stuff up, I'm just going to ride here. We'll see as we hit 50, less than 50 laps to go, 49 this time by. Under 50 to go here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This race is far from over, folks. A lot can happen from now to the checker flag as the battle for the lead is kind of stabilized. Smith gets a good run off of turn 4, trying to keep that momentum through turns 1 and 2 as he can't quite clear the 52 car. Now he does, takes over second. Now let's see if the 31 can track down the 51 car. As the 52 car checks up, not wanting to hit that wall. As the 31 has set sail from Hardee and has closed down on the back bumper of the 51 car. Once again, the race lead down to 2-3 car lengths. As the 31 closes down another car length and a half, he's on his back bumper, half car length coming out of turn 2. A battle for the race lead heating up. Still half car length lead into 3 and 4. Now down to a quarter bumper. He's there. He's on him, looking on the inside. No, he can't do it. The 51 shuts the door. 31 wants this lead, and he's hungry. He is there. Still a half car length out the back bumper of the 51 car. Bryant now has to drive defensively. As the race leads heating up, the 31 looks on the inside. Can he make it stick as we got a drag race to the line? Who will lead that lap? And it looks like Brantley will lead that lap once again. Side by side going into turn 1 and 2. The 31 strong on that inside line with that 51 running where he's preferred all afternoon. As he gets into the door of the 31, unfortunately that gives the 31 the race lead as the 51 goes for the crossover. Can he make it stick as the 31 has got the preferred line? The 31 will lead that time by. Here we go. Once again, the 51 and the 31 battling it out like they had early on in the race. If they can battle hard, it will pull that 52 car of Hardy back into this fray as the 51 looks again, trying to make the crossover mistake. No, he can't. He gets a little loose off of turn 4. Give the 31 the race lead that time by. The 51 not done yet. He comes up there, tries to get that 31 car loose. No, that 31 car is strong. Brantley now having to fight for his life. He hasn't had to do this most of the race. As the 51 slightly gets in the wall as he's trying to get back around the 31 car to retake that lead that he had to fight for, as Smith is looking strong in the closing laps of this race. As we're going to have 40 laps to go this time by, and the race lead is heating up once again. The 51. Oh, the 51 gets into the 31.
There you go. Be ready with that brake clean stuff, guys. Your blower, they're going to drop down some oil dragger, I'm sure.
Oh, no. Let's see that. Let's see the contact between our race leaders as that caution flag came out. The 51 tries to make it work, just can't try to correct, smashes into the door of the 31 car. Significant left side damage from that car. Yeah, as he just gets loose. And everybody else stacks up. Let's see who brought out that caution flag, because I don't know. Yeah, as that caution flag came out, as you see the field going into the pits, heavy right front damage on that 51 car as he takes that fast repair, so he's all good to go. 4 tires and field for that car. 4 tires and field for Dustin Hardy. 4 tires and field for the 96 car. Looks like the 64 tires and feel as the 41 sits on pit road smoking. I think he's the one who brought out the caution flag. Let's take a look back. No, he doesn't. He does not bring that out. So I do not know who brought out that caution that led to that field. But all these cars taking 4 tires and fuel. I cannot. I think we are now finally hitting the 20 number for our caution flags here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll see what that 31, if he has any major damage, a little bit on that left front. But it looks like it was a flush hit when that 51 got loose coming off of turn 4, trying to take the race lead from him. The 51 does have a fast repair, so that car is fully back up and ready to go, ready to rock and roll. As Smith, we'll see how his car is after that massive accident. We'll see if that car handles as a 61 and blinks a couple times once more. We'll see how these two of Fowler and Smith can do on this restart. As Fowler's laying back the 60 on the bumper of the 31, pushing him into the restart zone. As we go green, the 31 gets a good jump, bottles the field up. As Bryant looks to go 3 wide into turn 1, he's got them fresh tires. Can he make it stick? No, the 96 powers through. He's going to loop it around. Lightly hits the wall, and then we stay green momentarily. We'll see if he can get that car righted again. As the 51 back up to second. He's got them fresh tires as he hits the wall hard once again. We'll see. Did he get help into that corner from the 60 car? No, just that arrow push. That 60 packed that air on that as we see this 51 drive back. As now the 6, as the 9 loops it around, can he? No, caution is out for one more time. And that will give Hardee that third spot back again. We'll see what Brantley can do in that 51. See how his car is handling after he smoked the wall in turn 2 after getting that air packed on his rear bumper. As the two buddies greet each other there. Action packed is what you wanted. Action packed is what you get. So once again, I hope you stay tuned. This is the racing you expected to see from North Wilkesboro. But holy cow, I know these drivers are hurting. We'll see what Ryan can do as he's going to start on the front row. We'll see what he can do in that Castrol throwback to Biffle. It should say Granger, but we'll let it slide. Should be getting the 1 to go this time by. Nope, next time by we might be getting the 1 to go. As right now we have 30 laps to go, so we should get the restart with at 28 laps to go. They might have to rename this place the action track here because tonight has been nothing short of spectacular. Lights are off on that Silverado pace truck as we're going to get the green flag this time to go with 28 laps to go. This is the time if you have the car, you need to show it. As good to see Herrick After all the spins and loop-de-loops he's done running up in the top four. Here we go. Let's see what the
Ready, green
restart
flag.
holds. As we go, green flag to 31 gets a good jump. The 61 kind of spins the tires. Herrick's under attack from as he gets slightly into the wall. As Herrick is under attack as the 51 goes by him. As Hardee's going to battle for the second. Let's see what Ryan can do. The 52 car high and tight. Bringing the 51 around the 60. These two going at it once again. Tracking down the 31. We'll see what Dustin and Brantley have as Brantley drives it deep into turn 3. Remember last time he got loose and he's going to get loose again and smokes the inside wall once again.
Caution's out.
And
Car
yet
going by.
again brings out a caution flag. I think somebody needs to talk to North Wilkesboro and figure out why that corner is so treacherous. That has been the calamity corner, turn 4. As Brantley got loose once again. As we have 25 laps to go. The 31 looks like he's going to finally hand the race lead over to the 51 to get tires on that car. As he's like, yeah, I need tires. And I haven't mentioned yet, but the thought of overtime now in these drivers' minds as the laps slowly tick by under caution. You can't help. Do I have enough fuel in this car? Did I pack it full in what should be another exciting restart? As Herrick back up into the 4th spot. 51. After people pitted is back up there in the 6th position. As we continue under caution here from the Northbrook Speedway. Huge shout out to our friends at iRacing once again. Dustin Hardee Designs and Dustin Setup Shop all makes this possible. Huge shout out to all of the Outcast Motorsports team that has been doing a wonderful job this season, week in and week out. So huge shout out to all my fellow team mounts out there. As we're going to see this one to go this time by. As we're going to have 21 laps to decide it here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Ryan is back on that inside front row. Let's see if he can get a good start as Herrick drops back off the back bumper of the 52. We'll see what type of restart this is.
Green flag.
As Green is back in the air, Hardee gets a good stump. The 60 does not, as he's going to come fire. No, he resumes second spot as we see the 9 car of Peppers back into the mix as we're going to have 3 wide. Oh, no.
Caution.
Oh, no.
Clear stop
We're
to
under
avoid.
caution once again as the 72. Unfortunately, Alex, just another victim of the spin as it looks like. Slight contact sent from the 51 sends the 49 around, and unfortunately, Alex once again a victim of circumstances. And that brings out our who knows how many cautions. I know it's well over 20 by now, as we have 20 laps to go and counting here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That was one of those racing moves that shouldn't have happened that early on from the restart zone. I know the 51 had the run, but that was That was a move that was not calculated very well, and unfortunately, we saw it work a few times, but it's not going to work every time as we go three wide. And unfortunately, just three cars trying to fight for the same piece of real estate. Brantley, Alex, and Jeffrey all get tangled up in that one, and these drivers are begging for this race to be over right now, as it looks like we're going to have 14 laps to settle this. Once again, the 52 and the 60 on the front row, and a new second row of Bryant and Peppers. The third row will be Alex and Fowler, followed up by Smith and Herrick in that fourth row. As Dustin is going to lead them back to the green flag. Once again, the race in his control. We'll see if it's a very similar restart as the last time. Looks like that high line is starting to come back around as the laps are ticking by. As we're going to have 14 laps to go. As the 52 car gets a good jump. 16 to go, my apologies. As the 51 is nipping back on he's going to look underneath the 52 car. No, as the 60 looks underneath Peppers for that third spot. As Peppers slightly bounces it off the wall, he gets a good jump off of turn two on the back bumper of the 51 car, shoving the 51 into turn three. As this race is now on, as we have 15 laps to go. This time by as a 9 gets loose as Alex spins it around in the back. His another yellow flag is out. Once again from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This restart should come with 10 laps to go as we see a familiar front row once again with Brian and Hardee, followed by Peppers and Ryan in the 60 car. You thought the last 100 laps of this race were entertaining? When we get this green flag with 10 to go, the gloves are off. Who knows what's going to happen? So plant your butts on the edge of your seat because it's all you're going to need as the action is about to go through the roof on this restart. As the lights are still on, we'll be getting the one to go signal from our starter this time by 9 laps to go when the green flag drops to resume this action-packed race here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Once again, the Hardee Cup Series is not disappointed. Will we have a repeat winner or a new race lead or new race winner? Those so far this season, we have yet to see a repeat winner. So we will find out Hardee, who won early on in the season, can he get his second victory of the season, or will Bryant claim his first victory of the season? As the 51 and 52 lead this field to green.
Green.
And we are green as Hardee gets a good jump from the outside. Good couple, 3 car length lead for Hardee going into turn 1. As Pepper comes under attack from the 60 car. Side by side for third as Peppers looks to go underneath the 51 car for that second spot. Cars bouncing off the wall with under 10 to go. Eight laps to go here from the Hardee Cup Series. The race is heating up hot and heavy. The 51 dives down underneath the 52, trying to get a run off the corner as he does. Here's going to be side to side, door to door, coming off the turn 2. Turn 4, who has the race lead? The 51 just by inches as the 52 comes back around. These two in door to door, allowing Peppers to come into the fray. Where does he go? Does he follow the 52 car, a manufacturer teammate, or does he go with the 51 car as the 51 car has the slight lead? But Hardee's going to do the crossover move into turn 1. 7 laps to go here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This race is far from over as the 51 gets into the wall, allowing as we got a 4-car battle for this race lead. 2 by 2 we go as the race lead is heating up. We're going to have 3 wide off of turn 4. 3 wide with Smith going on the inside, trying to take the race lead. As we're going to have another 3 wide coming off of turn 2. No, Hardee thoughts. Oh, Hardee spins it out. Yellow flag once again. 3 wide for almost a lap around this speedway as Smith comes out with that. Now, I told you this race was going to get entertaining. We had 4 cars within 3 car lengths of each other. We'll see what this restart can do. As Smith once again retakes your race lead. Oh boy. As we're going to have 4 laps to go as they cross the line, this time by we may get this race resumed what will be a natural green-white checkered flag, barring no other caution. And if I know Brian, he's going to try to take this race lead hard depending on where the 31 puts him in this restart. Although that 51 has been strong both lanes, so we'll see where that 31 puts him. As don't look now, but Alex in that 72 car is going to slot in 5th. As we're going to go green this time by, which will be a natural green-white checkered finish, a 2-lap shootout from the North Wilkesboro Speedway as the field is packed together tight like a can of sardines. As we hit the restart zone, the 31 waits late to get to the restart zone, allowing him to take back the race lead. But don't look now, that 51 car is hot on his heels. As we're going to get the white flag this time by. As Smith sees that. Whoa, as we got another spinner, which will bring out another caution flag and possibly end the race. No, we stay green. This is the final lap. We're allowing them to race to the finish. As the 51 dives it, one last chance into the 50, as he's going to spin. Well, that gives the race lead to Peppers. Peppers takes the race win. In that move he had to make, he out edges the 31. The race leaders, the 51, dove it hard in, gets that 31 loose, and Peppers nowhere to go, decides I'm going to take the shot, and we have another first time winner here in the Hardee Cup Series. It's Jeffrey Peppers taking that Casey Kane paint scheme to victory lane here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. As he is going to burn it down for you from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. I told you were going to have one heck of a finish, and man, you got it. That looked like Martinsville from a few years back in the Cup Series. You know Peppers is excited. He did not think he had a shot at winning that. I guarantee you that, folks. Yeah, you burn it down there, Peppers. Way to go as he took the road less traveled, as they say. What of a heck of a race to come down to that. That was one heck of a way to end this race. As your top three will be Pepper Smith and the 51 of Brantley, just narrowly getting that third spot. What a finish to end that out. Holy cow. And we're going to pull our third place finisher in here and talk to him momentarily. Brantley, talk to me. You had a strong car all afternoon to come up that short and finish third.
Yeah, I had left front damage, and I, at the end there, I mean, hell, it's a short. It's a short track. I'm gonna try something. Um, I mean, I even though I got into him, I was also trying to hit his left front, trying to straighten him out so he could beat bang to the finish, and then Peppers ended up getting by us both on the bottom there. Um, but I mean, it's a short track. We're beating and banging all race, not just me and him, but me and Dustin. Joseph and Dustin were beating. I mean, everybody was beating and banging.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it
I
absolutely.
mean,
You definitely had one of the strongest cars, and you guys were trading blows for blows. At one point, you guys were almost three wide for an entire lap. That's quite impressive here at Wilkesboro. You just don't do that.
yeah, it's definitely a. This was a weird track, especially from the repave and stuff like that. I'm used to the old North Wilkesboro where it's abrasive. You kind of there's really one lane and you kind of just run the bottom. But here, honestly, there was like two or three lanes you can run.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah, I noticed that you guys were. It didn't matter where you guys ran. It seemed like at one point both lanes were pretty even. I know you took the high side on the first couple restarts, and then you were on the bottom and you made it work. So did you really notice a difference at all, or did the track really have as much grip as it looked?
the track definitely changed over the night. At the start of the race, I was kind of running top one and two and bottom three and four. There's a little bump off of four where I was hitting it just right mostly every lap, where it would kind of help the car come around and I just get the drive off. But at the end of the race, it was kind of hard to run the bottom, especially with the damage. It was just my right front, pretty sure was towed a little bit, and my left front was towed a little bit, and it was just it was just typical short track racing. You're gonna have beating and banging.
Yeah, absolutely. But you put one heck of a finish on there. I know you came up two spots shorts, but one heck of a race. Congratulations on that third place finish.
Yeah. Thankful for everybody that's on the car. OG Gear, One of Goons, Brother Wilson Racing.
Yeah.
Um, Dustin for running this league. You for broadcasting this, and everybody for coming out and having a very long race. Thought it was going to take a little less time than this, being a short track, but it took a very long time. So,
Yeah,
but
so
just
talk
thank.
talk to me a little bit about from the driver's standpoint of how many cautions there were. Does that play into your mindset a little bit?
A little bit. Definitely messed with my pit strategy. I was gonna try something on the if we actually had a long run there at the end and had to pit for fuel, but we never did. I was gonna try a little something and see if it worked, and if it didn't, I mean, I was just gonna bite the bullet and keep rolling. But nah, just the cautions definitely play a factor. I think everybody at the end there was getting frustrated. Even myself, I was getting frustrated. I was just ready to get the race over with. Been sitting in this seat for about 2 hours, so I was ready to get out this seat and go get me something to eat because I'm hungry.
Absolutely. Well, we won't take any more of your time. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one.
And now for our race winner. What is going on?
What's up, everybody in the booth? How y'all doing tonight?
Not too bad. Where did you come from?
From the back. I don't know how I got this win. Um, I mean, a win is a win, but um, I don't see how I won this race. To be honest, it's still I don't know. I'm still in disbelief.
I uh, I saw that wreck happen in front of you, and when you made that move, I honestly did not think that you were gonna make it across the line with how much all four of your tires came off the ground when you were over that start finish line.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they was gonna stay up high there, and so I made the move low. And as soon as I went low, Brantley there, he started moving low, and then they just came down on me. But um, yeah, I was coming to the white flag. I was like, okay, I got third place. I'll take that at North Wilkesboro. But um, that turn four there, and I saw Josh get loose, and then the 51 got into him a little bit. And I was like, okay. And then I saw the hole and I took it. I was like, this is checker flag. This is for the win, and uh, it it worked in my favor, I guess.
Yeah, narrowly took that race lead, and I'm talking it was now more than 3 inches between you and those two guys. Well, you have set another record for us. We have yet to have a repeat winner this season. So, congratulations on that. And I know you raced your heart out watching you come from the back of the field time and time again in that, throwback to Kane and his good years with Dodge. So, thanks for bringing that out for, all of us old timers up here.
Oh yeah, it's nice to see Casey Kane out there, and we got Casey Mears in real life. Now we just need to get Casey Kane back out there on the asphalt.
Absolutely. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Huge shout out to my family, my wife that watches every race that I race in, um, for letting me do this, giving me the time to do this, even when I'm out on the road like I am now. Um, it's great, and shout out to you for broadcasting and putting this on for us, and Dustin for making the league and giving a place for us to race every Tuesday. It's really a good thing. We enjoy racing. We love what we do, and for some of us, this is the closest thing we can get to racing than the real thing.
Absolutely. I couldn't set it any better myself. You go enjoy this victory, and we will see what you can do next week.
Well, you say there's no repeat winners yet, so you're not giving me the good juju, but we're gonna try.
Well, there's a first for everything, and it was a great seeing you come back to the front after multiple times of starting in that rear. So huge shout out to you. That was an impressive drive, and thanks for allowing me to cover it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I'll catch y'all next week.
Absolutely. And that will do it from us here at the North Works Wilkesboro Speedway. The Hardee Cup Series did not disappoint once again. And like I said, huge shout out to Dustin Hardee as he joins the booth. Welcome to the booth, Dustin.
What's going on, man? I was just popping in here to say thank you for the broadcast again and update you on the points real quick.
Absolutely, let's have him.
So Alex stayed in the lead in 31 points ahead of Jeff Herrick, then James Jones in third, me fourth, Joseph fifth, and Jeffrey, I think the winner, yeah, the winner tonight moved up to sixth, tied with Frank for sixth.
Oh, wow. Huge points day for everybody. And once again, the series did not disappoint. So I'll
Yeah,
ask you, how did your race go?
it was good to the end. Got drove like crap right there at the end by a certain driver. Not gonna name no names, but it is what it is. We still ended up with I think fifth or sixth, but we'll go on to next week. I forget where we're going, but let's see. We'll be at Richmond next week, which is another good track for me. So we'll see what we can do there.
Yeah, absolutely. Two short tracks back to back, and if this week was any indication of what next week's gonna hold, oh boy, hold your hats on tight, boys and girls, because it's gonna get rowdy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to up the time for the race because we've been running it close the last 2 weeks. So we got to do 3 hours instead of four.
Yeah, and once again, I'm going to wrap up this broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to Wilkes Productions, and thanks for the Hardee Cup Series Throwback Weekend. Enjoy the rest.